Hi there, welcome to I Alone Fly Tarot. I'm going to do a tarot card reading for Libra energy, and we're going to do a minimum of 10 cards on it, and then we're going to read it from both perspectives because people in the world got free will. Some people are still caught up in the illusions of the world. They don't think there's any other purpose for being on this planet than money and materialism and indulgence. And some people have seen life from a higher perspective, and they think life's about building loving, meaningful relationships and lives. So we're going to read it from both perspectives. The reason for the reading is Libra energy, the Two of Swords. Have we learned to love and care for ourselves and believe in ourselves and believe in our dreams, or are we in denial of it? Sometimes the way I interpret this card is some people don't think they have to love and believe in themselves, that like that's someone else's job. They just need to find someone who will kind of do that work for them, like make it somebody else's responsibility for them to feel better about themselves, like they don't have to do the work within themselves, or be in denial that things are about love. Again, maybe thinking I'm this helpless person, you're just supposed to love me. That would be being codependent. Okay, we're going to read this first from the perspective of how high vibe people who have hope and faith and belief in their dreams, who've healed from past relationships or are healing from past relationships, past pain and heartbreak, and then how shadowy people might harness this energy and what might be going on in their life. So in the Seven of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune, some people are standing up for themselves in the Seven of Wands. Maybe against the Ten of Pentacles can be people who are more worldly focused, who in the Wheel of Fortune might want them to move forward with them. And they're like, if you're more worldly focused and what you're driven and motivated by is money and materialism, and that's why you want to be in a relationship, that's what drives and motivates you. I'm inspired and motivated by different things, and we all want stability and security in our life, but I can't be in a relationship that's not based on love. And so they're defending their own foundation, and they're going with the flow and saying, you know, come what may, I'm willing to believe in my dreams. In the Eight of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, and the Four of Wands, high vibe people are putting in the work and effort to be willing to start fresh and start new and add to their foundation. And in this picture, the Four of Pentacles is moving forward. The Three of Pentacles can talk about when we were working together with someone else in a foundation. And some people have taken that creative, inspired action to believe in themselves, and they've put in work and effort to learn a lesson they were meant to learn from that life experience, and they're moving away from that foundation and working on moving forward. And the Four of Wands is Aries energy. It can be about putting in that work and effort within your own foundation to basically come together, kind of like in joy and celebration within yourself. You know, take yourself out from the cold and love yourself and nurture yourself and believe in yourself. And the Eight of Pentacles is Virgo energy, about putting in that work and effort to kind of maybe get in touch with your more inner, youthful, hopeful, believing nature so that you can move forward within your own foundation, nurturing and loving yourself and gaining more insight and clarity about what your truth is. You know, because I think we come in contact with all these different people in the world to get clear about what our truth is versus what their truth is. And by coming in contact with other people, we could see that no. Seven of Wands can be people in shadowy Leo energy. Doesn't have to be their zodiac sign, because we all harness these energies, and high vibe or low vibe. They could be people that are maybe defensive to moving forward even. Maybe they don't like to move forward. They like to stay right here and do things the way they've always done it. You know, let's do things the way we've always done it. And you're like, But I want to put in work and effort to things that I'm motivated and inspired by. And plus, a relationship shouldn't be stagnant. You know, people should be putting work and effort into growing and maturing a relationship, you know, to keep bringing the relationship into new levels. And some people are like, nope, I'm good right here. Let's not do that. I won't do it. You don't do it. Let's stay right here. And why would they do that? Maybe they're fearful, they're afraid, don't know if they can do it, don't, you know, they'd have to put in work and effort to kind of deal with some of their fears, their insecurities, get out of their defensive nature. And some people have never expected to go within and gain insight and wisdom about why they do what they do, positively or negatively. You know, I just want to do what I do. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to reflect on it. I just, I'm good. Let's do it. If we have the money, if we have the stability, if we have all those things, we've got everything the world says that we should have to look successful. Why do anything else? You know? So then we have the Death card, the Eight of Cups, and the King of Swords. And the extra card we got was the Lover's card. If you are in relationship with people who either have a very worldly view of life, they're all about, you know, looking really successful in the world and people looking up to them and admiring them, and, you know, they think that's the way to go in life and that's what they love. That's what they want to work with the world because they think maybe that's what people should work with. And maybe it's not so much love and having hope and faith and belief in your dreams and taking creative, inspired action in your life and learning and growing and maturing yourself. You could realize that this relationship needs to come to an end because the Eight of Cups walks away from the Seven of Cups, and the Seven of Cups can be our dreams of what we thought, you know, we wanted to bring into reality in a way, our dreams of what we think relationships should be like. And we can realize that we got in relationship with people who have a different dream and they envision how a relationship should move forward, and how you envision a relationship should move forward is different. And, you know, what they find fulfilling and what you find fulfilling, what motivates and inspires them isn't the same thing that motivates and inspires you. You know, maybe they always stay in the Seven of Cups, which can be this Two of Swords card of being in denial. You know, I live in fantasy land. I don't think I have to put in work and effort. I don't think I have to move forward in my life. I don't think I have to work well with others. You know, you're just supposed to love me. Some people live in a fantasy land because maybe that's how they were brought up, or that's just in their own brain how they think relationships are supposed to be. And they live in denial of the truth that relationships are supposed to be about love, not just supposed to be all about them. Because the Leo Seven of Wands card can be people who could be kind of full of themselves or self-centered, and they think in the relationship it's supposed to be all about them. And, you know, they have this illusion about what relationships are supposed to be like. And the Eight of Cups here is also walking away from the King of Swords, you know, which is Libra energy too. You know, people harness their Libra energy different, where some people could even be in denial that they're kind of emotionally detached, or that they're maybe bossy and controlling, or maybe that they think they are the law of the land, and if they say something's just and fair, you're supposed to think it's just and fair. You're not supposed to want or dream of anything more than whatever they think in the world is just and fair. And if the way they live their life they think is just and fair, and they're happy with it and they love it, why would anybody want anything more? You know, if you kind of stay in a relationship with them, it's kind of like they try to put an end to your dreams and maybe try to make you think more practically and logically, like, you know, we have status and image, we've had a victory, we should defend it, we should stay right here, nobody should want for more. It's kind of like indulging in things of the world and thinking the things of the world should make you happy. But the things of the world are things that are meant to be enjoyed, but they don't bring you love. But some people, that is kind of what they love, and they think that is the ticket. If I have money and materialism and status and image, I'm good. It's like, well, that's not my dream, and I'm not happy here. I feel like I'm in non life giving energy. If there's not love here, what are we in it for? Well, we have status and image, and we have money and materialism, honey. It's like that wasn't my dream. I mean, I do want those things, but I want it to be based on a foundation of truth and love. So you find out that people's truth and what they love, you can be on different pages. It's kind of like you live in parallel universes. They're all about the world and image and status and money and materialism, and you're all about love and being hopeful and believing, and it isn't about keeping up with the Joneses. It doesn't feed your soul. Maybe you love and believe in yourself, and you don't need everybody else's validation in the world to validate that you're worthy and you're valuable based on what you wear and what you drive and how much money you have. And maybe they don't know their worth and value, and so they're really motivated by those things, and they really need other people's, in their mind, their sense of approval and acknowledgement of them, that they're in the status quo and they're, I don't know, successful by worldly standards, because then that gives them a sense of worth and value, because maybe they don't have it outside of that. But you maybe do, because you love yourself. And if they're like bossy and controlling or manipulative or prideful or egotistical, and you've maybe tried to get them to offer them additional resources to quit making their life just about money and materialism and status and image, to kind of let go of making it so much about that, and maybe to move forward with you, and in a family, in a friendship, in a workplace, to take more creative, inspired action in their life, and, be willing to shed some of the old to give birth to something new. And some people are like, nope, not going to do that. Some people live more from their mind than their heart. They don't want to connect in with their heart and their emotions, because they could get hurt doing that, and they're just not willing to do it. They could have kept their inner, youthful, hopeful, believing nature locked up all their life, and they've never let it come out to play. And they live their life in a very logical, practical way that makes sense to them. I think everybody would be open and honest and loving and vulnerable and free if they could be. But maybe for some people, that would be like shoving somebody out on stage and say, no, you're a great singer. Sing in front of these 10 million people. And I'd be like, oh, when we're ready, we would maybe work our way up to doing that. But, people would have had to take in some of the steps. And the difference, too, is that some people are willing, they're not so... The Ten of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands can be very defensive of a way of viewing life or living life a certain way, being very stuck and grounded and unbudging. They want to keep moving forward just like this, defending this way of living life, kind of operating a little more from pride and ego, and thinking this is just fine. We can keep going like this forever. And maybe thinking nobody ever has to detach from their old ways of being. No one ever has to put in work and effort to see life kind of differently or take bold creative action in their life. Why should we have to? We have all these things of the world. We have all the stability, the security. Living our life like this has worked out dandy. Some people really do not like change, and they kind of stay in stagnant energy. There is nothing new to be learned there. They've done it over and over and over, and some people love that. It's the same thing over and over, and even if it seems stale and stagnant, they're okay with it, because the choice is to walk away from maybe this idea of life that they had and the way they've always envisioned life. And that could really cause them some mental conflict to think of change. You know, I would think some people maybe just don't feel very confident and secure in themselves to venture out on their own. You know, the Four of Pentacles can be that you're moving away from an old foundation and way of doing things. Some people are very codependent on some people in their life, and they never planned to really kind of detach from those people. If that's a friendship group or a work group or an original family group, they never planned to walk away from those people. That is their comfort zone. It might provide them a lot of sense of like emotional stability and stuff. And if they're in relationships with people who are bold and brave, who are willing to go out and explore the world, then, you know, as far as they're concerned too, is they want this relationship to be over, because if you're not willing to defend this foundational way of living that they defend, which again could be very fixed, and it has to be this way, you know, with the King of Swords here at the end. It has to be this way. We do things like this. I do things like that. You do things like that. That's the way people have done it. We always do things like that. That's the way it's just and fair. That's just. And if you're like, yeah, I can't stay here anymore, they might also think, yeah, I think you need to go. You know, because if they're not willing to walk out there and face their fears and insecurities to go forward with you, and you are, you know, you just see life differently. Your truth is different. How you perceive the world is different. Some people, though, might not want you to walk away. Some low-vibe people might not want you to walk away, and they might be putting in some work and effort to think of making you an offer to make you stay, because they don't want you to, they want you to put an end to walking away. They might be hoping that if you're kind of in two minds about should I go, should I stay, you know, maybe worried, will I find a new love out there in the world? Maybe I'll just stay with the one I'm with. For others of you, you could be moving forward, and there could be someone else seeing you moving forward, and there could be someone else who also might kind of be in a similar situation as you, or they're just a creative, inspired person who's willing to stand up for what they believe in. They're willing to move forward in their life. They see that you are moving forward, that you're starting fresh, that you're starting new, and they might detach from some things in their life that they've been invested in. The Ten of Pentacles can be a family. It could be a group of friends. It could be a way of living. It could be a job. And it could have been something that they could have felt was victorious that they were working on, but maybe just because they see, you know, they have an opportunity to be in a loving relationship with you, and they're listening to their intuition to guide them, they might detach from whatever that was in their past because they are inspired to want to move forward with you. And they too might not want you to walk. You might have walked away from one thing, but they don't want you to walk away from them, because they know that as you go out there in the world, you are going because you're bound and determined to manifest like loving, truthful, honest relationships. And if you're a loving, truthful, honest person, you know, and nurturing and all that, there's going to be other people that are going to see that truth and are going to want to be in a relationship with you. And there just might be someone else who doesn't want you to go out there in the world because they want to speak their truth to you, that they don't want a relationship with you to end. And they are listening to their intuition to guide them. Let's talk about the shadowy people. We kind of did, but they're kind of more in their ego, maybe more materialistic. That's how they view life. That's what they defend. If they were to move forward in their life, they might want to move forward in a more and with other people who might be more worldly focused in the Pentacles, which the Pentacles is about the 3D realm and putting work and effort into the things of the world. And if there is someone who they think might be holding back from coming together in a relationship with someone else, they might approach that person and see if they want to get in a relationship with them, if they're holding back from getting into another relationship. And I guess it could be high vibe or low vibe, but if we do the shadowy people are definitely could be looking for someone else who also holds back from taking bold, brave, confident action in their life, because they don't want to be with people who are more creative and inspired in the world and who believe in their dreams. They might prefer to get in a relationship with someone else who also lives more from their mind than their heart. And, they might feel like we're compatible people. We think the same. And, everybody likes to be around people who kind of view life the way they do. I guess I saw another story. I think there could be people here that are standing up for themselves, that have put maybe an end to one relationship moving forward. And as they're moving forward, there could be other people that they see that maybe are still staying in some jobs or relationships, maybe not sure if they want to end it or not. And some people could be making them an offer or trying to work with them or offer them resources to help them get clear about what their truth is. Maybe some people back here also have a very successful relationship that is moving forward, and they're trying to help other people know the resources of how to, things you can invest into a relationship, maybe trying to listen more to your intuition, trying to see things from other people's viewpoints before they walk away and end a relationship. And I would say a big thing is to make sure that you speak your truth before you leave, because you don't want to have things left unsaid, and you don't want to leave if you don't feel like you've put everything into it that you can. But it does take two, and if the other person kind of refuses and kind of is defensive, maybe, you can feel proud of yourself of knowing that I did everything I could to defend this relationship. I did put in creative, inspired action. I did speak my truth. I did try to help them try to see things from my perspective, to try to get them out of their fear, their insecurity, to be willing to venture outside their comfort zone some. But, we can't make people do what they don't want to do. So some people could be trying to encourage other people. For some, they could feel like, I think you're staying in it because you feel stuck. Don't give up on your dreams. If you want to have these type of relationships, work within the relationship. You have to try to bring that into reality. If you know that you did everything you could and the other person doesn't seem to be on board, don't give up on your dreams. Don't stay stuck in a relationship where other people aren't working with you cooperatively to bring that dream into reality. The Death card talks about emotionally detaching from the past, and the Eight of Cups can talk about moving forward, loving and believing in yourself and believing in your dreams. And the King of Swords can talk about taking action needed to bring your dream into reality. And part of that is I need to emotionally detach in the past. I need to let the past go, my past pain, fears, insecurities, whatever. If it is to leave a relationship behind, then I need to leave a relationship behind. And I need to focus on those things in my life that are aligned with love and hope and faith and my future, and trust their intuition is guiding you on the right path for your life. Okay, let's get some clarifiers on here. The people who could be in quite shadowy Libra energy, who might be very prideful, stubborn, maybe bossy and controlling, cling to the past, don't want to separate from the past or ways of being, or maybe people in their life who maybe don't want to see the truth that life's about love. They might be very much more materialistically and ego driven. What they don't see coming is the Knight of Pentacles because of the Eight of Swords. I think that life is kind of set up to help us grow and mature ourselves and learn the lessons we're meant to learn. And if they are up in their head about love and believing in love and trusting in other people and believing in themselves, I think what they don't see coming is that they are going to maybe move forward in a way that is going to cause them a lot more mental stress and anguish. Because if you're not loving and believing in yourself, and you're not dealing with your fears and your insecurities and stuff like that, that gets bigger. Whichever one we feed gets bigger. And if they keep investing more in their fear and their insecurity and all of that, I think those are going to get stronger and bigger in them, because they're not tempering their fears and insecurities with love. They're not going within to gain insight and wisdom. And the other thing that they might not see coming is that some of the people who left their life did go within to gain insight and wisdom, and they are moving forward believing in their dreams. And that could really have them in a mental prison, because I think sometimes when we're in a relationship, we have free will to be open and honest and loving and just and fair. Or we can think, I have a better idea. I think I'm going to do some things. I'll maybe be mean. I'll maybe be harsh. I'll maybe be cold. I'll maybe do all these things to manipulate the person who loves me, trying to get them to do the relationship my way. And so that's when they kind of act in their pride and ego and defensive of moving forward, and maybe focusing more on work, maybe holding back, not opening up, maybe being bossy and controlling, maybe even to the extreme willing to end the relationship and walk away and be very cold and detached. And they could do that hoping that the person in their life feels left out in the cold. It's like people using the love that you have for them against you. It's really not a good tactic, but, it's kind of like people listening to the devil on their shoulder, and the devil isn't very bright either. The devil always loses. And they could have thought, if I do all these things and I act in all these ways, maybe my person will be in two minds, because they maybe won't love and believe in themselves, and they maybe won't be willing to end this relationship and walk away, and maybe they'll come back and talk to me. And for some of them, what they don't see coming is the high vibe people did go within to gain insight and understanding of what is loving and what isn't loving. And they're moving forward in their life. And then this person will be the one in a mental prison. It kind of backfires, The thing about the devil's like, I don't think you're brave and strong enough to walk away. I think you'll be in a mental prison. And it's like, I'm aligned with the divine. I am the storm. You didn't get it. You were supposed to move forward with me. You were supposed to go within and gain insight and understanding about your fears and insecurity, to go with me, Because otherwise the storm happens in your life and you're the one who ends up in the mental prison. If you don't give a lot of thought and gain insight and wisdom about why you're fearful of love, you're always going to be in a mental prison. And then some of the other people, they might go make an offer to someone who they think might be willing to like cling on to them in a relationship, who won't be bold and brave and confident to move forward. And they might invest in someone who has a lot of fears and insecurities, and that could end up putting them in a mental prison. Like, oh my gosh, why did I invest in this person? You know? Okay, tell us about the people that are in high vibe Libra energy, what they don't see coming. We have the Six of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, the Temperance card, the Tower, and the Four of Wands, because of the Queen of Swords. Well, we go from the Six of Pentacles down to the Two of Pentacles, so letting go of a Four of Pentacles. Oh, wait, that's not this. This is the Four of Pentacles, which can be letting go of something you were clinging on to and holding on to or wanting to hold on to. So I think what you don't see coming is that as you keep moving forward, the Queen of Swords is Aquarius energy, and the Queens in Tarot can talk about our emotional state. So whether you're male or female, that as you keep moving forward, having hope and faith and belief in yourself and healing and loving yourself and believing in yourself and speaking your truth and standing up for yourself, that as you do that, work within yourself to maintain your balance. In the Six of Pentacles, you know, we have our emotional needs, we have our worldly needs. You know, as you do work within yourself to maintain your balance, paying attention to the things in the world that you need to take care of, but also, you know, feeding your soul and feeding yourself emotionally and all those good things. With time, you will be able to drop what you had been holding on to and feel more balanced within yourself, and also be able to lift up your investment in that past situation. And that if there had been someone that you had been exchanging time, energy, effort, hugs, and kisses with, you will let that go and you will pick up your investment within that, and you'll be more balanced within yourself. And then this is really kind of great with the Temperance card and the Tower card. It's two universe cards, but as you listen to your intuition, kind of like listening to the divine guide you to balance out your strong emotions that you have, and, you know, the dreams that you did have and the dreams that you would like, and being patient, because the Temperance card talks about being patient and listening to your intuition and waiting for divine timing, that the divine will try to work to will work with you to manifest your dream into reality. And as time goes by, you will be able to let go completely of that old foundation, because as more time goes by, it will probably become more clear about the truth of that old foundation. Because if other people aren't willing to detach in their old ways of being and speak their truth in love, it's a good thing we left some people that seem to be in denial of their pride or their ego or their delusions about relationships. You know, it's a good thing. And you'll be able to completely let go of that to come in to celebration with others in foundations. Maybe with people that harness high vibe Aries energy. They're bold, they're brave, you know, and they've seen life from a higher perspective. They don't get all caught up in their ego and their fear and their insecurity. You know, they have dreams that they want to have come into reality too, just like you. So be patient. And maybe as you're moving forward, you know, it's the kind of thing to break some other people free, maybe, of some foundations that they've been in, maybe with other people that they've kind of like, oh, I don't know, should I keep staying maybe with these people who are this way? Should I balance out my emotions? And they might let go of some foundations they've been in and speak their truth to you that they think you're their dream person that they want to have a relationship come into reality with. Then I like to do the people in between. There could be some people right now who are putting in some work and effort to listen to their intuition, to gain some insight so that maybe they can detach from some ways of being within themselves or some relationships that they've gotten in, so that maybe they can detach some and kind of focus on their own Four of Wands foundation of self, but they're not quite sure if they're ready to end that old way of being within themselves or the relationships that they're in. And part of the reason could be because they'd have to speak their truth, and sometimes that's enough to make people stay where they're at because they don't want to speak their truth. So tell us about the people in the in-between and what they maybe don't see coming. Well, a lot, but we're going to take this card. Two of Pentacles because of the Four of Swords. Well, right now, if they're kind of in the in-between stage and they definitely haven't made that decision to move away, or they haven't decided if they believe in their dreams, if they're going to align with their more egoic, materialistic nature, or stay in a relationship with people who are more like that. Right now, well, this could be read a couple ways. For one, if they do have people in their life that are more shadowy and they've kind of started to see the truth of that, well, if the people they're in relationship kind of can sense that they have started to see the truth of that, their person might do some things to kind of juggle them in order to try to get them to try to heal things with them. You know, again, try to instill that kind of fear and insecurity. I might juggle you. I might not invest in you. I don't know. And, you know, the best thing to do would be like, you know, if you're going to juggle, I'm going to meditate on if I think this is loving or not. And I'm going to heal and I'm going to move on. The other thing that they might not see is that if they were kind of in an in-between state, you know, because the world is going on around them and different people are doing their life, that they might not see that some other people in the world have moved on and they're balanced and they've healed. And it might be like, oh, you know, if I was kind of thinking maybe I could be defensive and prideful and egotistical or something, and you'd come knock on my door, the high vibe people in their life are like, no, I'm not knocking on your door. If I have already like reached out and, you know, then you think that I'm not healed and that I'll be kind of afraid of moving forward in my life. No, I'll keep moving forward in my life. So really, it's up to them to decide what they're going to do. The shadowy people are going to do what they've always been doing. The high vibe people are going to maintain their balance and be healing and keep on moving forward in their life. They just have to decide what they're going to do and which one they're going to align with. And some of them could be like, I still can't decide, because the Two of Swords is about people who can't make a decision. Some of them will just juggle. Some of them will try to maintain their own balance, maybe pick up their investment in what they have been in order to heal so that they can really kind of try to get clear about what their truth is. And others of them will just go back and forth and be in limbo land. So there you go, Libra energy. I wish you peace, love, and joy, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.